This is another one of those ones I'm surprised so many people send this in. We've never asked it, I don't believe, on the show. But we will finally do it here. Sent on Twitter using the hashtag CornyDriveThru from Wrestling Al. Does Jim think that Jim Johnston should be in the WWE Hall of Fame? And does Jim have any stories about Jim Johnston?
Actually, somebody asked that on Twitter, or no. I was reading something. I think Jim Johnston said it. That's what it was. Jim Johnston said, "I can't believe I'm not in the Hall of Fame." And somebody was saying they can't believe that that AEW or somebody hasn't hired Jim Johnston to do the music. Obviously Jim was up there when I was up there. I didn't go to lunch with him on a regular basis, but I've met him and been at studio with him a number of times. He's a very nice guy. He did some good stuff. I guess should there be a music publisher's wing or a music writer's wing of the WWE Hall of Fame? I don't know. Considering some of the other people that are in that Hall of Fame, I don't see why he wouldn't be. I mean, Felix the Cat might fit in. I'm not knocking Jim, but is it a Hall of Fame worthy spot to write entrance music? I'm not sure. Having said that, his music was very good. I got to be honest with you, there's almost nobody's specialized, written just for them entrance music that I really like. I loved it when guys just could use just fucking songs that everybody knew, because that set the tone better. And that, when you heard fucking Hogan coming out to Eye of the Tiger at one point, or all of the territory entrances that use music. I mean, there's been a few guys like Adrian Street used his own song and should have. That fit perfectly, right? Imagine What I Can Do to You. Jimmy Valiant, Son of a Gypsy, his own song, that worked. But unless the guy did their own song, I always hated it when music was written for the wrestler rather than using, as Adrian said one time, whatever's on the top of the pops.
I have some quotes here from apparently an interview Jim Johnston did. It doesn't have the article here or a date, but this is sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Andre in Vienna, Austria. Some comments from Jim Johnston about current WWE. The music is so bad. These days it's just sound effects and noises and stuff. It doesn't have anything to do with the characters and the storylines anymore. That's the essence of this business.
And pause. I will say that also, have you just noticed that everybody these days has music that you can tell that they kind of like as people, so it all sounds like either rap or some screeching fucking hardcore death metal bullshit. And that's basically the two genres. Have you noticed that, Brian? You probably have a better ear for music than I do.
Yeah, I mean, all the music kind of doesn't really stand out the way it used to, and I admit Jim Johnston's kind of right in that respect.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everyone just gets a generic name and a generic song. And it used to be a name that could potentially make some money, and a song that works perfectly for that name. But to finish the quote here from Jim Johnston, it doesn't have anything to do with the characters and storylines anymore. That's the essence of this business. And that's currently lost. I don't get it. I want to slap Vince upside the head.
Oh, my God. See, I guess that's the difference. He was writing songs specifically for one guy. And, I think Jimmy Hart helped with Shawn Michaels. Jimmy had something to do with that, the sexy boy thing or whatever. But he was writing songs specifically for those guys and incorporating catchphrases or things or whatever. I always liked the song to be the vibe of the guy that you wanted to get. It didn't have to pertain to him. It just needed to be the ambiance, the vibe, the feel, kind of fit that guy. That's kind of song I think of when I see that guy coming down the aisle, or vice versa. When I see that guy, I think of that kind of song. But it helped when it was popular music because everybody knew those songs and they instantly could lock on to what the fuck it was. So as when I would pick entrance music, you know, in Smoky Mountain when I was picking the music, or here in OVW, Stacy picked a lot of the music because I wasn't listening to new shit. But I'd say, here, this guy like this, blah, blah, blah. And she'd, oh, well, here, this, that, the other thing. And I'd listen to a few. Okay, I can buy that. So we had the, you know, Saliva and Stained and Mud and Oil and all those groups back then. But it just, the ambiance, rather than being too specific, I think is the music. You know, when you heard Lawler come out to the theme from Rocky III in Memphis, well, yes, because he triumphs in all these fights over these challengers. Okay, blah, blah, blah. But at the same point, you hear the Rock and Roll Express. Either early it was I Want to Rock and Roll All Night, or later on Rock and Roll is King or whatever. Okay, yeah, boom, boom, boom. I guess it's just taste. And also, we didn't have anybody writing music for us. We just had to find a song that fit and buy it at the record store.